What is up, everybody? Episode 15 of the All Circles podcast.
This is an exciting episode.
We're super excited for this episode. A man I've been a fan of for a very long time is joining us for an interview. So, yeah, very excited.
Yep. This is, give him that intro.
Yes. Well, do you want to do the LaCroix first?
Oh, yeah.
Get that?
So, we have Butch Hartman here. And Butch, we have a tradition on our show where, I don't know why we started it, but we like to crack open a LaCroix just for the ASMR value. So, that was
beautiful. Let's get right into it.
That sounds very refreshing.
Yeah. So if you don't know who Butch Hartman is, for some reason, okay, he is the creator of Fairly Oddparents, Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, and Bunsen is a Beast. He also worked on Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Family Guy, and American Dad, and probably much more. But yeah, here he is, Butch Hartman, everybody.
Butch Hartman.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey guys! Oh gosh, what an honor! I'm so glad to be here and honored to be talking to you. How you guys doing today?
Yeah,
we're doing
very
well.
good. Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing
Awesome.
well. I met Carter on TikTok of all places. You can imagine an old guy like me being on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
Carter's a great artist, so I started looking at his stuff, and he draws my shows on occasion. So I did a couple duets with him, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, I really appreciate all those duets. Like, I didn't know you were on TikTok with you duetted me for that first time, and it was
like, "Is that the
weird
real
because
Butch?"
I've heard of you for such a long time, and I've been watching your shows for such a long time. It was weird that you were reacting to it. And honestly, I'm not just saying this because you're here, but the Fairly Oddparents style that I do is my favorite one to draw. Like, it's so much fun. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just so much fun to draw.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool, man. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I know you do it really well.
Thank you.
I just duetted another one of your TikToks the other day. It was the Bernie Sanders one. With
Yeah.
The mask. That was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Oh, thank
Which
you very
one
much.
of the ones that he did is your favorite, Butch?
Gosh, I really liked. You did one of Dad, Timmy's dad.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. That
As
was
a
pretty
prison
fun.
Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Prison Mike was
Prison
good,
Mike.
and then there was that was probably pretty good. I like that. The Bernie Sanders one was pretty good too.
Yeah, a lot of people love that one. Yeah.
That came up because of the podcast. We were like, you should do like a series of it. And you were like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
1 sec. I'm trying to get my phone on Do Not Disturb here. So
You're good.
Oh,
no, you know what? There we go. Okay, I am now hopefully back. There we are.
Sweet.
We're back. Okay, great.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's jump into
Yeah,
these
let's-
questions. Might as well. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Number one is, at what age did you realize you wanted to do pretty much what you've done on Nickelodeon and what, like, drawing full time? When did you realize that was your career path?
Gosh, I probably wanted to be a professional animator since I was about 13 years old.
Okay.
And back in the day, we didn't have the internet or anything like that, so I had to learn everything from pretty much watching movies,
Yeah.
TV, and I had to go get books, things like that, which I still do. And I did, but I lived in Michigan. I grew up in Michigan, so I didn't know how to get to Hollywood. And I thought, how do you even get to do this stuff? So
Yeah.
I had some friends that were moving out to California
Okay.
to go to this school called Cal Arts, which was in Valencia, California. That's
Okay.
a school. It was founded by Walt Disney. It taught anime. It was one of the only schools in the country that taught character animation at the time.
Oh, wow.
And so I enrolled in that school, and then I got in at age 18. So I came to California when I was 18.
That's awesome.
Actually, I lived in California. I moved out there. I had just turned 18, and I worked at one of the missions on Skid Row. I don't know if you've ever ventured down there in downtown.
Oh yeah,
LA.
many times. My wife and I do mission work. I have a foundation
awesome.
called Harrtman House. We do a lot of that stuff. So yeah, I've been down there for sure, man. It's a very wild place to be if you're not from there.
Yep. Yeah, I worked at the Uni Rescue Mission. It's the one right on 6th and San Pedro.
Yeah, that's right in the heart of it there. Good for you, man. That's very good. Helping give back like that. That's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving to LA at 18 is like you're just like, whoa. This is way bigger than middle of the US.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
But yeah, now that we're
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Now that we're on the topic of like your the Hartman house and everything, like I've seen you do a lot of missions, and I absolutely love like the Bible verses that you talk about. That when I first saw that was like really inspirational for me because I work at a church and I try to be the best Christian I can. And it's hard when you have like a fan base to put that stuff out there. So I just wanted to say I really appreciate what you're doing with that.
Oh, thanks, buddy. As a Christian myself, I just love Jesus. I love talking about him, and I like sharing about him. And I'm like, if I can, especially on a platform like TikTok or wherever you get an audience, it says, hey, we're not here to judge anybody or point a finger, but hey, I could give you a scripture like, hey, I was reading today, I forget the scripture, but the heart let not your heart be troubled. I read today. Let not your heart be troubled. So it's just little things like that. You want to share that with people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to ask him the next question?
Yeah. So your story with you getting into like the business side of illustrating and all that stuff. What was kind of your beginning story? Your
takeoff moment?
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I said, when I went to Cal Arts, when I went to go to college, I was training there to be an animator, but everybody there wanted to work for Disney. All of us wanted to work for Walt Disney. And then I've never worked for Disney. I've worked everywhere but Disney. I always wanted to, but instead of gravitating toward movies, I gravitated toward TV. And I started getting jobs. I would just basically put a portfolio together and go knocking on doors. Hey, I'm a character designer. I'm a storyboard artist. Can I get a job here? And you hear a lot of no's. And you hear a lot of yes. You don't hear a lot of yes. You hear one or two. Yeah. All you need is one yes. Yeah. So I'd get jobs as whatever I could get, storyboard guy, cartoon, character designer, background person, writer. I wanted to become a writer. And I always tell artists, I'll tell you this too, Carter, you can draw, but I want you to learn how to write too. I want you to learn how to tell stories as well. Telling stories is very important.
Okay.
Got to be that's awesome. A little bit of a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Yeah. It helps with that in any profession if you can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so you are most famous for your work on Fairly Oddparents and Danny Phantom. I wanted to know, what did you enjoy more working on, the Danny Phantom or Fairly Oddparents, if you could decide?
Oh, wow. Oh yeah, I know. That's like asking me which one of my kids is my favorite. No, that's a very good question. I get that question all the time. And I love them both equally. I love Fairly Oddparents because I worked on that the longest. I mean, I worked on that from the year 1997 to 2018. It was like almost 20 years. 20 years I worked on that show. And then I always called Fairly Oddparents the train that kept running, and other shows would kind of hop on and off. Like Danny Phantom hopped on for a while, and Tough Puppy hopped on, and Bunsen hopped on. But and I love Danny Phantom because it was my comic book hero I got to do. I got to do my comic book. Yeah, it's very hard to choose. I'd probably say, gosh, I can't even say Fairly Oddparents, only because I worked on it the longest, but I love them both so much. It's really hard to choose.
Yeah. I know as an artist, we all want that like comic book hero that we created to like be out there. So yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, dude. And I just want to tell all the fans, I love it so much when I see cosplay and when I see you guys do fan art and then when you guys tell me your favorite moments. In fact, just so you guys know, the Fairly Oddparents 20th anniversary is coming up next month.
Yeah, I heard.
Wow.
We premiered as a series in March 30th. It was March 30th, 2001.
Yeah, that's when I was born.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I listened to a podcast where you were talking about how your daughter's the same age as the Fairly Oddparents. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. My daughter was born. My youngest daughter was born in December of '97 when I first sold Fairly Oddparents to Nickelodeon.
Oh wow.
So yeah, for sure. And so I ended up selling the show then. And but anyway, the series will be 20 years old in March. And I want to just tell everybody out there, I'm going to put a TikTok out, and I want to hear everybody's favorite Fairly Odd moments.
Okay.
I want to put a TikTok out and use the hashtag FOP20.
Okay.
That'll be what I use to find people. But I want to put you guys in my YouTube video. So whoever's got the coolest Fairly Odd memory, I just want to just put a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be sweet.
I'm excited to see all those as well.
Yeah.
So you got to do one for me, Carter.
I will. I definitely will.
You have to like recreate the scene.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to adapt a style of my own. I wanted to ask you, is this style that you use on these shows, is this something that you've always done, or is it something you created for this show in particular?
Oh, the show, the style of Fairly Oddparents was something I definitely created for that particular show. I've been drawing all kinds of stuff at the time. Because when you become a professional in the animation industry, you kind of got to draw what show you're working on. Like if I was working on Dexter's Lab, I had to work on Dexter. I had to draw Dexter. So I was working on Johnny Bravo, I had to draw Johnny Bravo. But with Fairly OddParents, I came up with something completely new that I'd never drawn before. And I had the luxury of time on Fairly OddParents. I got to kind of evolve the characters. And I almost call it like a language. Like here's the shape of a fairy's face. Here's the shape of, you know, of a human face. And all the fairies have pupils. They have colors around their eyes.
Yeah.
The humans don't. You know, humans have solid color eyes. You know, so those type of little details I got to work on. So that was a lot of fun too.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I've noticed when I'm drawing them, I start to pick up on these different style, like
the little 6 in the ear.
Yeah, and how all of their like heads are like the back of their heads are flat, and it's like you pick up on these things that are like common within the style, which is really awesome that you can pull that off with different people and make them look different at the same time. Yeah, which is something that I'm trying to work on right now.
Oh, you can do it, dude. Yeah, you already have some skills, which is good. It's just a matter of taking those skills now and just enhancing them. Like I always encourage people like you that are artists. Is your co-host there? Are you an artist as well, sir?
I'm more getting into video and photography, that kind of stuff. So it's a different medium. I can't draw very well.
I was going to say to Carter, people that can draw, start enhancing your skills. I want you to learn how to do life drawing, look at real animals and real people. And even if you can't draw them great, at least learn how they are structured.
Yeah, I do a lot of realism. So yeah, that I can see how plays into that as well.
Well, it's just going to make you more valuable. You'll become like a more sought after talent. I mean, I'm in my 50s and I still practice every single day. And you know, just to get better. It's like a musician or a baseball player. You just want to get better each and every day.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. I actually, so I think I was kind of thinking last night as I was listening to some podcasts that you had done and just getting a feel of what questions to ask. And I realized that like, cause I'm 30. So I feel like I was like the target audience for Fairly OddParents. Like I remember me and my brother were pretty obsessed with the show. And I remember like very vividly the day that it came out, or I remember seeing it on the Oh Yeah cartoon show. And that's where it kind of premiered, right? Yeah, it
premiered. Oh Yeah Cartoons was a show created by Fred Seibert, and Fred and I are friends. And Fred, the Oh Yeah show was basically a half-hour show, and you'd see 3 different cartoons on every half hour. And every cartoon was created by a different person. And so my Fairly OddParents was one of like 40 pilots that they put out. And so out of those 40 pilots, I think it was Fairly OddParents, Chalk and like maybe Teenage Robot were like the shows that became series out of that collection. And we premiered on there. And then Nickelodeon, I did about 10 episodes on Oh Yeah for Fairly OddParents, mostly by myself. I had a couple people helping me. But then we did the show. We focus tested it in front of a bunch of kids, and Nickelodeon thought it did really well. So they picked it up as a series. In January of 2000, it became a series.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
But then it premiered a year later on television.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Me and my brother were like, Nickelodeon was probably like our top favorite like cartoon channel. And we knew like the schedule. We knew when to watch what show was premiering.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was pretty funny. But also, I didn't know that you worked on An American Tail. Did you work on 50 Goes West too?
No, I worked on American Tail in 1986. That was my first professional job.
Okay.
I got a job as an in-betweener on that movie. I was still going to school, and we heard that they were looking for in-betweeners, which is basically an animator takes drawing 1 and drawing 2, and they do those drawings, but the in-betweener does all the drawings in between.
Okay.
And so I got a job as really. So like, you know, you're throwing a baseball, the animator draws the first pose and then the last pose, and then the in-betweener would do all the boring poses in the middle that would make the whole thing work. And so I got a job as an in-betweener. And my first scene I ever did was Fievel, the little mouse. He was sleeping, just going, and he was just snoring back and forth. It was like 100,000 drawings of Fievel just snoring. So I did that.
That's awesome.
It was pretty fun, man.
Yeah,
dude, I know that's animation for you, dude. It's like, that's what it is. You do all the animation, you do all the drawings that make things move.
Yeah, wow. Those were like some of my favorite movies growing up. Like me and my brother probably like wore out those VHS tapes. Classic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. For sure.
I'm excited about this next question.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you worked on My Little Pony, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I did. Yes, I did.
The original, the first version.
yeah.
The bad version, 1986. Yes, the very bad one. Yes.
So Adam came up with this question. I think it's a great question. What are your thoughts
hear it.
on the Bronies?
Oh, wow. I don't know the Bronies very well. They're not part of my show, so I don't really know them. I'm sure they're very cool people. I'm sure they're very awesome dudes. It's all dudes, right? They're girl Bronies.
I don't know. We looked at Ashley like she would know.
Ashley, you know.
She's like, why would I know?
I would assume they're all guys, right? But
Yeah,
I
think so. I think it's all guys.
Okay,
yeah.
no, hey, listen, I'm a fan of anybody that is a fan that's passionate. If you're
Yeah,
passionate about
passionate
something,
fans.
if you're a Brony, more power to you, man. I think that's great. And I think that's awesome that they can be so into what they love. I think that's really awesome.
For sure.
Yeah. I just add the thought because you said, I heard that you had worked on it as one of your first, it was like one of your first gigs, right?
It was my very first gig. Yeah,
Okay.
my very first gig was I got a job on My Little Pony as a character designer. But Marvel Productions actually produced My Little Pony back in the 80s. And I thought I was going to go to work on Spider-Man, but I got to work on My Little Pony.
Yeah. You're like, this is going to be
bummer.
Yeah.
I was bummed. I know.
You're like, I'm going to be able to draw Spider-Man and he'll shoot the web and but then you're like,
it'll be so cool. Exactly.
they're like, how do you feel about My Little Pony? You're like,
exactly.
You're like, I'll do it.
So when you ended up leaving Nickelodeon, do you have any plans on ever creating another show again, or are you retired and just doing commissions, or what are you doing right now?
I'm doing a lot of commissions. I'm doing a lot of stuff online. I'm doing a lot of stuff on YouTube and TikTok now, and doing some social media stuff.
Yeah.
And I develop a lot of projects on the side. I'm doing a lot of projects. I'm about to go start pitching a few projects in the near future to see what I can get some traction on.
Yeah.
And I'm starting a brand new streaming service called O Access Entertainment.
Oh, awesome!
And that's going to be coming out hopefully very soon. And we've been talking about it for about 3 years now. And we have our beta test. We're going to get it done here in about a month, and be able to it's basically O Access. It's OAXIS. It's a family-friendly streaming service. It's not a Christian service, but it's a service where anybody can watch something and feel like their family is being kept safe and maybe not get scarred for life. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah. That's my very big project. So that's happening pretty soon. That's
very exciting. That's awesome. So I see you get a lot of commissions. You're always doing stuff on TikTok, which is really cool because I believe, I'm not biased or anything, but I believe TikTok is the best marketing tool today.
Yeah.
Because obviously I met you through it. And
well, that's true.
Yeah. I've met so many cool people.
I think TikTok's, it seems like it's one of the nicer platforms too. People are nicer.
Yeah. People genuinely there are trolls on every platform.
Especially the art side of TikTok. Yeah. I feel like everybody is just so respectful to each other, and we're there to support each other.
Yeah.
It seems that way. And I kind of want to, I hope it stays that way. I really do. I think it's a wonderful place to do it. And I just like finding a new audience for my stuff, and if I can find any Fairly Oddparents fans out there, Danny Phantom fans, or even Butch Hartman fans, it's just so fun to connect with them,
Yeah. And it's cool that, from my perspective, I've pretty much started my career because of TikTok, and you're putting your career on TikTok. You had a career before, and you're using TikTok in a different way than me, but it's still enhancing both of our careers really, because the way you're doing it, it's keeping the shows that you worked on alive. And I think that's really cool because those shows are part of my generation and your generation. Yeah. It was part of our lives, a big part of it too. Fairly Oddparents was my favorite show to watch growing up. And now that there's new generations, they get to see it as well, which is really cool.
Awesome, man. No, I agree. Couldn't agree more. I appreciate you saying that. And I'm just great. I'm grateful to have people that have never even seen the show. Like you say, you're just 19 years old.
Yeah.
We had already started the show the month you were born. So, but to have people that love it that much, it's really, really means a lot to me. And I really hope we can keep giving them fun stuff to do. I love doing crossover stuff, doing Danny doing like, Master Chief as Danny Phantom or something like that.
Yeah.
Doing, or so-and-so as Cosmo. I just love crossing characters over, and that's a lot of fun to do too.
Yeah, those are always really cool episodes whenever things would cross over. I remember the excitement built up to those.
Like, was it the Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Oddparents? That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The
Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, man, was one of my favorite ones we ever got to do. That was that was a blessing to do. That was really cool.
That's so cool.
So what do you think with like, stuff like TikTok and like kids being able to, like people like Carter being able to, like, without going to like Caltech or something like that, being able to get into your like sphere, like people that make shows. What do you think is kind of like happening now, and like what's the future of that, like how people discover talent?
Well, I think it's fantastic, man. I think, when I was his age, this didn't exist. We didn't have any way of getting seen other than going to a giant studio with giant doors and giant guards, and you couldn't get in. Maybe you could get in, and you could still get into those studios, but having a platform like TikTok or, Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, where people can see you before they actually get to meet you, and you get to advertise your work and get to build up a following and kind of prove there's an audience out there for you already. That's really cool. It's a big advantage. And I really think it's going to help. For example, you and I never would have probably met other than through a social media platform.
Exactly.
We may have met.
Yeah.
I don't. What state are you guys in? What
Ohio.
State are you? Oh, you're in Ohio. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I'm in California. For us to meet physically would have been, especially now with the pandemic, would have been, would never probably happen.
Exactly.
And so, but this way, it's a great opportunity for us to meet, and I'd love, you and I could even collaborate on something in the future.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun.
That's what I was going to ask you about. I feel like that would be really, really cool. I mean, that's kind of a dream for me, honestly. And the fact that I'm talking to you is crazy. Yeah. But like,
well, I'll make you a deal. You come up with an idea, and I will collaborate with you.
Awesome. I got you on that one.
Right,
but
cool.
yeah, I know we're running low on time, and I know my fiance had a couple questions for you. She's also a big fan, and so her name's Ashley.
Do you want to come on in? Hey, congratulations, you guys. Hey, Ashley, how's it going? Let me move my little window over there. Okay. Hey, so you guys are getting married. When are you getting married?
December. Oh, go ahead.
December 11th. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. That's great.
I guess question I have. So like I grew up, I'm 19 as well, watching Fairly Oddparents. I mean, with all my siblings.
Thank you very
it's a
much.
favorite. What is it like knowing 99% of the people you meet have seen your work? Just like someone on the street, like what's that like?
Oh, wow. That is just, I can't even tell you. It means the world to me. When anybody, it's really funny because of social media. I get recognized a lot now, which is so weird. But I have like a Danny Phantom COVID mask that I wear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like, no, it means the world to me. It's very special. It's kind of surprising sometimes too, because I'll have like sunglasses and my mask on, and without just a black mask. People go, "It's Butch Hartman." I'm like, "How did you even know that was me?" I'm like a bank robber. Yeah. No, it's really cool, and I don't take it lightly. I don't take it for granted. It's a blessing, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then just one more question: are any of the characters in any of the shows? I guess I've mostly seen Fairly Oddparents. Are any of them based off of somebody you know personally?
Interesting, you had asked that. The character of Vicky was kind of a combination of about 5 babysitters that I had. It was like the body style of one, the hair color of another, the angriness of another, the clothing of another. Yeah, and but mostly everything was pretty much made up. Timmy's based. This is weird when I say this. Timmy's based on me as a kid, kind of, because when you're a kid, you feel very powerless around adults, you don't have any power. And as you get older, you get some power because you're a grown up. But like, I thought, man, I got to give this kid some power around adults. And giving him magic was the way I thought to do that. And Danny Phantom is probably also based on me a little bit, Danny Fenton, because I always wanted to be a superhero. So it was kind of based on me. But other than that, I didn't really grab anybody out of the world and like base. Well, I take it back. Jorgen von Strangle, he is based on Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, that's Get to the Chopper. Yeah, that was
Ben Stein.
That was one for sure.
His character looks a lot like him.
Oh yes, and you're right, Ben Stein. We did the Pixies.
Yeah.
And we knew so we had the fairies who were fun and playful. I'm like, we need to have another group of magic creatures, and maybe they're very business-like. They grant wishes, but it's got to go through like a corporate. Yeah. They got to get like 10 approvals for it. And it's boring.
Kind of the real world getting in there.
Yeah, something I was thinking was that.
So we grabbed we grabbed Ben Stein from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and he would, he was, and he was the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. He was so nice to come in and do that.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's kind of like the way you talk about like working, because I've listened to some of your the Mad Hustle, talking about just pitching shows.
Mad Hustle podcast, yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of that experience of you getting into the world as an artist, because you're like, shows don't get made if they don't get funded. And in order to get funded, you have to impress executives and you have to get them on board. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of see it as like a juxtaposition of, the fairy world is kind of like where you thrive. And then you also have to interact with the pixie, like corporate world.
Yeah.
I felt like maybe that was something.
It's true. Yeah, you come in as being from fairy world, and you become a pixie because they take all the fun out of it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I really like how
but I just do it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I really like how like Timmy Turner and Danny Phantom are both like Danny Phantom is kind of like your alter ego, like what you've wanted to be, and then Timmy Turner is like reality. Like that's cool to me.
Oh, exactly. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
There's that crazy conspiracy theory out there. People think, is Timmy Turner really Danny Phantom? Did he himself to be a ghost and all that fun stuff? Yeah. Which I think is fun. I think that's a great little conspiracy theory. So
there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there, but I know we have like 2 minutes here left, so I wanted to let Andrew and Quentin ask any questions if you had anything you wanted to ask him, or it pretty much went over your whole career.
Yeah, I pretty much heard everything.
Yeah, but so I guess to close out, just if you had any last words for like any artist who wants to do this.
I have one more.
Okay.
What was it like being Seth MacFarlane's? Was it your landlord for a second?
I was Seth MacFarlane's landlord for about a year. Yes, Seth's a great guy. But when he first moved to California, he didn't really have a lot of money, and my wife and I had just gotten married, and we moved out of our condo, and we had a condo sitting there, and Seth needed a place to live, so I rented Seth my condo for about a year. That's awesome. Seth lived in my condo, and now Seth can buy the planet Earth. So he probably owns a lot of condos, but I wasn't.
You walk so he can run.
Yeah, him and Elon Musk, they'll take over.
That's funny.
But as we close out, just anything you would like to tell people who want to do this as a career. Like, I know you've already given me a lot of advice just in a half hour, but just anything else you would like to tell people about yourself or anything.
I just want to tell people, if they want to do this as a career, don't ever give up. You can totally do it as a career. Mm-hmm. It's just, you don't need to draw like anybody else. You don't need to write like anybody else. Just be yourself. Yeah. But you do need to be marketable. So you need to make sure that you can do the job you're getting paid to do.
Yeah.
If you want to work on a show like Fairly Oddparents, learn how to draw the Fairly Oddparents. You want to work on a show like Spider-Man, learn how to draw Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. If you want to do comic books, whatever. But you need to make people's lives easier. That's why they hire you in the first place. Yeah. So make sure you bring a skill people can use, and make sure that you're nice. I always tell people, be nice. It's a very small industry. They'll know if you're not nice. Word will get around, and make people want to work with you. Have a good time, and bring your best creative juices every single day. But don't ever give up. The Bible says that. The Bible says you can get, whatever things you ask for and you pray, you believe you receive them, you'll have them. That's Mark 11:24. Whatever things you ask, you're going to get, man. As long as you believe in yourself, as long as you believe that it can happen for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Man, that just gave me a lot of inspiration. But
there you go, dude.
Yeah. We thank you very much for coming on here. It was so good meeting you. And I will have that collaboration idea as soon as I can. I'm so excited.
Send it to me, dude. I want to know. Let's do it for sure. It'll be fun. And hey, real nice meeting all of you guys. And you too, Ashley. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But
All right, guys.
Have a good rest of your day.
Great rest of your day. And I will see you guys later. Okay?
You too. Have a nice one. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Peace out.
That was a good interview, man. We had
like,
a half an hour.
That was so cool.
And we got a lot in there. I felt like it was.
The little kid in me is so excited right now.
Yeah, that was cool.
Man, I get to collab with him.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's an awesome thing.
Yeah,
dude.
that's something that would have never came without TikTok. So I'm very thankful.
What kind of thing would you want to do? I
don't know. My head is my gears are this right now. I've
got a couple ideas that I think okay. I'll pitch to you.
Yes, off the podcast.
I'll be the writer.
Yeah,
because that's the only thing.
Give me that royalty.
I'm like the only thing that's like I feel like I would be like with that kind of stuff. My wheelhouse would probably be writing because that was something I've just been I've done for a long time.
Yeah.
But art. I'm good at like abstract like painting and stuff, but drawing characters, I draw one character, and it is the you know those Pop-Tart people with the big eyes. Yeah. I can draw those people. That's about it. That's amazing. And I mean, that's already been taken. Yeah. So that's as far as I go when it comes to art.
But yeah, everyone has their own thing.
Yeah. So Ashley, what did you feel? How did you want to come over into the?
Got to talk to Butch.
What was your thoughts?
It was really cool. I mean, I've watched that show for so long in my entire childhood and try to get my little brother to watch it, but that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was really awesome.
Yeah.
And he knows my name now.
Yeah.
I feel really special.
He knows the day we're getting married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What if he just showed up?
He could get an invite.
Yeah.
Send him an invite.
Maybe he's ordained.
Yeah. Which, if you're watching this,
Butch, please get ordained.
Yeah, if you
so
are
I got
ordained.
the collab idea. You just need to marry us.
Yeah, dude, that would be amazing.
I wanted to ask him if he didn't know a Chip Skylark in real life, which is kind of
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
That's all you got. Sweet, man. Well, dude, I'm excited.
Yeah,
what about you, Andrew? What were your thoughts?
He's a nice dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Down to earth.
And as soon as he said something about collabing with you, I looked at you and you were just like you got stiff for a second. And I was like, oh my God, it just happened. I was like, that's so cool. Like,
It just happened right before our eyes.
Yeah. That's sweet, man.
Man, I'm like on a high right now.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of cool. That
Disney World.
was our biggest like celebrity person.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if we get Dr. Phil in here? I'm gonna be like, I'd probably throw up that morning. I'd be like, I don't know.
I'm gonna throw up by this.
He's like, oh, he's Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
you did
I'd be
Dr. Phil. We're
nervous.
gonna need a lot of tissues. Says I will try.
Yeah, dude. Jeez, man. Well, that was fun. That was a good time. I'm excited for next week. I think we're gonna hype it up.
Yes, for sure.
Get it going, and I'm excited for that like challenge that he's gonna do. What scene are you gonna do?
Oh, I don't know. I got.
Yeah, you have to rewatch. Yeah,
Yeah.
I rewatched some of them last night, and
What can you watch them on?
actually, for some reason YouTube has a ton of just like episodes, and I'm like, I don't know how they
guess
didn't
now
get
that
taken
Nickelodeon
down.
might not have the rights to it anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So-
I don't know what streaming service is on.
Yeah.
It's probably like NBC or something,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
But yeah,
We'll see,
cool. Episode 15
Look at that. That
in
was
the
a good
books. Are my favorite episode so far.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know about you, but-
that was the bomb.
But yeah. So join us next week for episode 16. We'll be.
Oh wait, I didn't use any of these.
Dinkelberg.
And then, oh, I didn't use any of those. Dang it.
Well.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see you guys next week. We're hopefully gonna have that painting up.
Yeah.
And we'll do. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Episode 16. We're ready.
Yeah,
But
we're ready
yeah.
to roll.
Cool. Peace out. Hope you have a good week. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.